We are now on to episode 7 of our Hogwarts Legacy walkthrough. In this episode, we pretty much do some mopping up of all the other missions we've done in the past by doing a hefty amount of talking. I think I kind of need it after the heavy mission we had with the Crucio spell in the last episode. I also take on my first troll all by myself and a massive spider the same size as like a 3-story house, so do stay tuned for that one and see if I'm able to defeat it or just curl up into a little ball and die. Also, I have noticed the majority of you watching are not subscribed, so please don't forget to click that subscribe button, leave a like and comment down below. Now that's been said, let's kickstart the video. So our adventure starts in the room of requirement where we go and speak to Deke. He mentions something about his house elf friend and the fact that he went missing. In all fairness, this mission is actually quite sad. It was pretty much like when Dobby died. It was an absolute awful mission to do.
Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Hello. Yes, about that. Deke has had a thought. He... Seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom, and perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
So after talking to Deke, we take a look at the second area we unlocked during that cutscene for all the animals we have. I didn't show you it all for the first couple of animals that I gathered at the start of the series, as I thought it would be quite boring for you to watch. But I am actively feeding them and whatnot, so I can get more traits for my gear. So after taking a look at the new area that was unlocked, I go straight to the cave where Deke said Tobbs was, his friend. I know I've said this before, but the mission was really quite sad. I kind of do really feel sorry for these house elves.
This must be Tobbs's cave. I suppose I should head inside.
Places! Confringo! Potato! Stupid one! Defender! Revelio! Confringo!
Tobbs's master is awful.
Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Confringo! Protego! Stupid one! Glacius! Defendo! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave.
Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Glacius! Defendo! Confringo! Glacius! Defendo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Revelio! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defendo! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Defendo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Defendo! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
That didn't sound particularly reassuring.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Potato! Stupefy! Defendo! Glacius! Confringo!
Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Revelio! Confringo!
Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs. Poor Tobbs. Left here alone with the spiders. That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave. I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
So after talking to Deke about his friend Todd, we then shoot over to go and see Professor Howin to learn the Bombarder spell. In all fairness, I completely forgot about this professor, and I'm only just now realising that she was the one that helped us with the animals in one of the first episodes. Anyway, I'm eager to get this one due to the fact that it's a really powerful damage spell. It also becomes one of my main spells within the full damage set that I have.
When you have a moment, please stop by the Room of Requirement. Deke mentioned you might be interested in learning how to breed beasts.
There's so much we don't know about beasts. So much.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed. I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarder now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins.
Bombarder.
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control.
So after putting that spell within my main spell set, I head over to go and see Professor Garlic, the plant lady. She allows me to learn Flipendo, and I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think I will ever use this spell at all, but it's nice to have in my collection.
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need. Perhaps a hybrid.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlic.
Wonderful. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn Flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice... Welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Look at that! You're a natural.
So after learning the spell that I will more than likely never use, I then head towards Madame Kogure and learn the Arresto Momentum spell. I do believe I swapped this one out for the Glacier spell. I find it better as when you use it against an enemy, they get suspended in midair and the effect doesn't really wear off that quickly.
Welcome back. Have you finished your assignments?
Reporting back, Professor. Assignment's all finished.
Well done. Shows good discipline. Wisdom is a golden snitch, as they say, and you're proving a skilled seeker in that regard. Let us practice Arresto Momentum. A charm, incidentally, created to stop quaffles from plummeting straight to the ground during a Quidditch match. Precise, deliberate movements. Very good. I recommend practicing as much as possible. Perhaps before you leave here.
Arresto Momentum.
That's it. Keep it up. Well done. You are on your way to mastering Arresto Momentum.
Right, so this is pretty much where all the talking happens. I mean, you could say the talking started when I first spoke to Deke, but these conversations are pretty much, I don't get anything out of them, unlike the others. I first start by going to see Sebastian, and he sent me an owl saying that he found something interesting in the book we took from the scriptorium, which he would like to discuss. And in all fairness, it just turned out to be a bitching session about his friend, which upon this time of the script was written, I completely forgot the name of.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
So after another embarrassing encounter, I feel like there's a bit of a pattern here with Sebastian. Anyway, we go and see Natty as she believes that her mother, Professor Onai, she's the one who can see the future or whatever, she may have discovered what we've been up to. She hopes that her mother will go easy on her if we're there when she speaks to her. And all I can say on this one, so the clip doesn't get ruined, is that nothing really goes to plan when I'm there.
Speak with me, Mother? I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai. Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything. You know what it was, Natsai. I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful? Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
We're making good progress. We can't quit now.
I agree. I have never considered quitting, even for a moment. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time.
So after we found out Natty was pretty much an animagus, we head over to go and see Poppy. This conversation follows on from when we rescued the dragon from the poachers. She wants to speak to us in regard to our next steps, as I do believe we took the dragon egg with us when we escaped from the actual hideout.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
So after all the conversations were dealt with, I didn't really know what else to do in this regard. I did want to start the next main mission, but I was already 33 minutes in. So I pretty much decided to do the next mission called Brother's Keeper. This one came about when I did that mission for the lady behind the bar. I completely forgot what her name is. This one was a little weird, to be honest with you. I went to go see her to do the mission, but I think I ended up doing something completely different. You'll see what I'm talking about when the actual mission pops up on screen.
Perhaps I'll scout around Felcroft for something to poach.
Revelio. Is that Inferius wearing a wooden jump? That must be wild. Arresto momentum. There you go, stupid one. Confringo. Bardolph's fallen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
Arresto momentum. Confringo! Revelio.
Oh, I do hope my brother is all right.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
You don't think the trolls
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
One less human to worry about.
Confringo! Bombada! Potato! Stupid! Confringo! Rest of momentum!
I will make you pay. I'll cut you through. How nice of you to stop. How nice of you.
Arrest of momentum! Bombada! Confringo! Potato! Stupid one!
Do you find this?
Defender! Confringo! Bombada!
Not quiet enough. No!
Arresto momentum! Defender!
I won't rest until you're
Confringo! Potato!
Stupid! I'll win!
Stupid one! Bombada! Defender! Stupid one!
I won't rest until
Confringo!
It's getting worse. If there's any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the Catacomb.
Revelio!
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
Confringo! What bother?
You're no match for me!
You won't get away with that.
Bombarda!
What's happening?
Stupid one.
Dead.
Arrest the momentum.
Why drag this out longer than necessary? One less human to worry about. How nice of you. You're kind of tired. Such arrogance. Reputation? No.
Arrest the momentum. Bombarda.
I hate that. Was unimpressive. When are you going to give up? That was pitiful. Nice of you. Well,
stupid.
Someone's
arrest the momentum.
No!
Arrest the momentum.
This is impossible! Do you find it? You'll pay for that! No! Get accustomed!
Confringo! Bombarda!
Both camps cleared.
The location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you know what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Revelio. Revelio.
Brother is all right.
Hello, Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Right, so this is where I kind of messed up. What I didn't realise is that I could have spoken to the lady again. I really need to remember these people's names. But yeah, I realised I could have spoken to her again to tell her brother that I had turned into one of those ghoul things that you can only kill with fire and that you usually find in, you know, cemetery areas. I did eventually find where I went wrong and speak to the lady again, but unfortunately I wasn't kind of recording at the time. All that she kept saying after I was done speaking to her was like, I wonder where my brother is, even though I just told the woman, you know, that her brother had just died. So the woman, in all fairness, she's a bit dumb. Anyway, guys, I know this one was mainly sort of an admin type of episode with nothing really special to add to it or really show for it. I mean, I know I've got some new spells and everything, but it had to be done. I think the next episode we can actually start with the main mission or go speak to Sebastian to hopefully get more unforgivable curse spells. So yeah, that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you for joining in to part 7 of my Hogwarts Legacy walkthrough. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel a lot and it's massively appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.